Ahoy crew! Welcome back to another episode of our sailing adventures aboard Kaia. In our last episode we hugged the coastline of mainland Spain and for the very first time dropped our anchor. And in this episode we're setting off on our first offshore passage, leaving Spain behind and making our way towards the iconic island of Ibiza.
And I'm still so amazed by you. So hold me tight through the night.
This is something we've been planning for a while, and the anticipation has been building. The forecast couldn't be better. Clear skies and a steady breeze, and just enough of a swell to keep things interesting. We've got about 9 hours of open water ahead of us, which isn't a huge distance, but for us it marks our first real offshore leg. As we push further from the coast, the hum of civilization fades into the distance. It's just us, Kaia, and the endless blue. There's something magical about being out here. Nothing but water stretches to the horizon in every direction. It's peaceful, it's exhilarating. This is why we sail. Time seems to move differently offshore. We settle into the rhythm of the sea, watching the wind fill our sails, the sun glittering on the water, and the occasional seabird gliding effortlessly overhead. Then on the horizon we see it. A dramatic rock formation rises from the sea, like something out of a fantasy novel. Es Vedrà. This towering limestone monolith just off Ibiza's southern coast is shrouded in legend. Some say it's one of the most magnetic places on Earth. Others believe it's the tip of the lost city of Atlantis, and many claim it radiates an otherworldly energy that has long drawn mystics, adventurers and wanderers. We don't know about all that, but there's definitely something special about this place. And with Ibiza now on the horizon, we set our sights on a bay with good protection from the north, drop the anchor, and turn our attention to a very important mission, getting Indy, Cooper and Brooklyn ashore.
Beach area that we found near to Ibiza Town. Rustic, and a lot of the other spots we've been to, a bit more kind of wild and a bit more hippie as well. There's a really nice kind of organic shop with little food stalls, and a farm, so they grow their own veggies and things. So that was really nice.
We had nothing.
Places to moor up the dinghy, and really nice little run for the dogs. It was actually sandy soil and things.
With Ibiza just beginning to reveal its wonders, we decided to make a quick detour to Formentera. Often called the Maldives of the Mediterranean, Formentera is a slice of paradise. Crystal clear waters, untouched beaches, and pine-covered dunes create a landscape that feels almost surreal. We took full advantage of the calm before the storm, soaking up in the beauty around us. But of course, the weather always has other plans. The next morning we woke to howling winds from the west. Not just a breeze, but full-on gusts that turned our peaceful anchorage into a choppy, restless mess.
Is a 25 knot, 33 gust storm that's come in. So just stayed up here on anchor watch because it's pretty breezy and we are relatively close behind some boats, but we don't seem to be shifting at all. We've got a good anchor, so it should be alright.
By midday, Kaia was bouncing uncomfortably in the swell, and by late afternoon we knew if we wanted any sort of relaxation, then we'd have to move. So we raised the anchor and along with several other boats made a run for the eastern side of the island to find a space where we could find shelter by the land from the westerly winds and actually relax without staying up in the cockpit for fear of us or another boat dragging anchor. Just enjoying the sunset of Formentera. We're going to a much nicer spot now and it is not too rolly at all, just nice. But a little bit further up the coast it was really rolling. We could not last the night. We were almost considering moving back to mainland Ibiza, but now it is lovely. We've taken the dogs for a walk, had a great time on the beach, and now just enjoying this. And so after a couple of calmer days and with fair winds for the crossing, we raised the sails and headed back to Ibiza, ready to explore the heart of the island, Ibiza Town. Ibiza City, Ibiza Town, Ibiza, and we've moored up just the other side of town for free. We weave through the streets, stopping for seafood, sangria, and some of the best tapas we've had. The old town is buzzing with life. Luxury yachts moored in the marina, a medieval labyrinth of narrow alleyways, and the sound of music and conversation filling the warm Mediterranean air. And after a couple of afternoons exploring this magical town, we headed inland to visit friends at San Josep, a charming village that felt worlds away from Ibiza's bustling coast.
We arrived at our friend's house, which is so nice, and we are in the little town, San Jose. It's up in the mountains, so it's very, very cute and cool, and we're really enjoying it.
So we're taking a walk up this hill to what is apparently the highest point in Ibiza. But we were supposed to leave quite early this morning and we didn't, and then we decided to get coffee and treats en route, so of course that held us up even more. So now it's pretty hot, but we'll keep walking and we'll see how far we get. But the views are supposed to be pretty nice, but already it is nice to just be around some plants and some trees, and the dogs are enjoying it.
Yeah, it's nice to reconnect with the Mother Earth, with the nature, with the soil, with the trees.
Yeah.
And just have a little break from the wavy sea and far ocean. Yeah, so we're really enjoying it. I feel like I'm not going up. No, Indy.
A really nice sound of all the crickets in the bushes. And just here we've got a very nice view across to San Antonio. And it sounds nice and quiet from up here. So this is a really cute little town, and there's some nice little shops in town, some really nice looking restaurants, but we really like the look of this little deli here. It looks kind of more local, home cooked food and things, and so we've just bought some food now and we're going to take it back to Isa and Michael's and have a little snack, and then in a couple of hours we're going to get back to Ibiza, and then we will get back on the boat and we'll decide whether we need to move it round to the next bay if it's still rolly, or we'll hunker down for the night and then get up early and move it in the morning. We really appreciate the guys letting us stay. It's been really nice to spend yesterday and this morning on land, just having a little wander around, because that's part of why we, part of our trip and why we sail. We don't sail just to see the coast. We're sailing to actually come in and see the countries or the land where we are as well. But it can be quite difficult without any transport or anywhere to stay overnight without booking hotels. And in this kind of season, booking something in Ibiza is near as impossible. So we really appreciate the guys picking us up, letting us stay over for the night in such a nice little area, and a little break off the boat. Hopefully we'll feel revitalised to get back on there and continue our journey east and then up to the north side of the island.
After a night on land with good company and great food, as well as a much needed resupply later, we made our way back to Kaia and set off eastward along the southern coast of Ibiza. But the Mediterranean is nothing if not unpredictable, and with the forecast showing strong southerly and easterly winds approaching for the next week, we didn't want to be caught out. So we made a call and decided on an extended passage to the north of the island.
We are just leaving the south side of the island behind. We're going around some cape here and we'll be on the east side of the island as we start to head up the coast and then to the north.
We spent a full day sailing, 8 hours of wind, waves and adventure, to get ahead of the oncoming weather and find shelter in the protected Kaia on Ibiza's northern coast. An exhausting but thrilling sail. As we dropped anchor in the safety of our chosen hideout, we knew we'd made the right decision. Ibiza, you've been absolutely amazing. In just a few short weeks, this journey's already given us so many firsts. Our first offshore passage, our first secluded anchorages, our first storm, and even our first guests aboard Kaia. Every day brings new challenges, new lessons, and unforgettable moments that remind us why we set sail in the first place. As we look ahead to the next leg of our adventure, one thing's certain: this is only the beginning. That's a wrap for this episode. Next week we'll be sailing to Mallorca, so if you enjoyed this journey, make sure to like and subscribe, because we've so much more to share. And until next time, fair winds and following seas.